We've got a lot of requests out there. Change Your Mind's a beautiful song. I wish I could do it, but boy. Hey, let me talk, okay? I mean, after all, it is my show. You get your own microphone and you talk. If it wasn't for guys like you, we wouldn't have a job. But anyway, I announced earlier that I got my first start in nightclub and beer joints and stuff. And of course, you know, throughout the years, we played in a lot of clubs of all kinds, all descriptions. We've seen people in all walks of life, big people, little people, all kinds of people. But we can see about anything from the stage, you know, and we can spot a fight before it ever breaks out. But we were playing this show up in Oklahoma one night, and it was one of those places like this that had the seats down front and everything, and back in the back, it had some tables where you could sit back there at the table, and you could have you a drink if you wanted to. And it just so happened a lot of them wanted to on this particular night. In fact, there's all of us about old up by the time we got out on stage. But I couldn't help but notice back in the back at one of the tables, there was a lovely thing sitting back there, and she was put together rather nicely. And she was sitting there by herself at a little table, and she had on a yellow dress, I think. Either that or she knew a real good painter. And it showed off all the right things. And I noticed that she kept drinking these straight shots of liquor. Well, I used to drink a little myself, and I could handle it pretty good. But I noticed that she drank about, I guess, 6 or 8 straight shots. I don't mean sip, ladies. I'm talking, it's gone. She'd order another one. Well, now, any of you know anything about drinking? Right. You've been there too, huh? In fact, I may have seen you that night. Anyway, I kept watching her. Really, I watched her through all them drinks. I was just up there waiting for the hammer to fall. Because you know, if you know anything about drinking, you know after you drink about 6 or 8 straight shots without moving, and then you get up all of a sudden, things ain't like you left them. Well, she did just that. She sat there, and all at once, undoubtedly, she thought of the song that she wanted to hear, and she jumped up out of that chair like she had a spring under her. And when she got up, she had to gather herself. But she had mastered the art of walking while intoxicated. Yeah, first thing you gotta know about walking intoxicated is don't walk slow. You walk slow and you'll bump into and fall over everything that gets in front of you. So she had picked up the pace, but she wasn't thinking when she started out toward the stage that it was running a little bit downhill. So she left that table at a pretty good clip. Now I got to tell you, outside this yellow dress, she had on some heels that were about that tall. And she had eyelashes that went out here. And she left out from that table at a pretty good little clip. Well, them heels just kind of kept vaulting her forward, and her going downhill too. And gravity the way it is, the more she came down that aisle, the more steam she picked up.
She's a great figure.
She was. let me tell you something, NASCAR fans. I knew it. When she's coming down that aisle, she's picking up steam, and I'm looking at her and I'm thinking, oh, you better hold on to it, this ain't gonna be pretty. But she did. She got down to that corner and she made that turn, and she brought it to a screeching halt right down in front of me. Boy, she had two great, big, beautiful
bloodshot eyes.
And she looked up at me, and she flounced them eyelashes a couple of times. Looked like window shades. And she's standing there like this. I looked up at me. She said, hey. She said, why don't you sing that song about you sure look good with nothing on? That ain't no song. I figured out what she wanted to hear though. You found your greener pasture, and I imagine on the hill with a flash your fire and hard pride and lots of time to kill. But Lord, my mind keeps on remembering the days I've been you. And when we were down to nothing sure looked good on you. You said you needed several things that I had planned up. And through the days of dark and rain, we could always live on love. And when this diamond light lured you, and you could not refuse. But when we were down to nothing sure